Good evening, Pisces. This is Lady Scarlett, and I apologize I have been absent. I was not feeling well and had some things change within my household, so I'm trying to catch up a little bit. So I'm doing your reading for April, a long reading for April, and we'll just see what comes up. I was sick, and I thought maybe I had COVID, but I did not have COVID, but it certainly felt like COVID, so it was maybe some kind of flu. I had to take off work, and that was fun. Not really. But sometimes our bodies slow us down so that we can focus on healing. Those of you with spiritual gifts may understand that on a different level. So we do have to take care of our bodies and understand what's going on. Now we do have some things happening in planetary alignment. We did have, a solar eclipse happened, although we did not see it in North America. But it did affect us regardless. Also, things are moving into Taurus, including Mercury, I believe. And we have Pluto in Aquarius. Still, we had Saturn sextiling with the North Node. I don't know if that's even the appropriate sextiling. I guess that's a word. In sextile with the North Node. So things are moving from Aries into Taurus currently. The moon is moving from Taurus into Gemini, I believe. Still might be in Taurus tonight, but we're in a new moon phase, so all of those things definitely happening at once definitely will affect our energies. So you may have felt low energy. You may have felt all kinds of things happening to you emotionally, honestly. I know that I felt very low energy, and then I got sick. It's also springtime here, so a lot of people are experiencing allergies. And so if you've been feeling low energy, you might think about how the, planetary alignment, your particular birth chart might be important. When things move through Aries, that changes things for me because I have some pretty important placements with Aries. So just consider that, as we move through Taurus, you might consider placements that you have in Taurus and how those areas for you might be affected. So let's look at your base read. So 8 of Swords, which would be your current situation or recent past. So I'm getting a lot of things have been really chaotic for you. You may have even found out new information that caused you to really rethink some situations. That's really what I'm picking up from this card, and I'll clarify that. Current or recent past, you also have Ace of Swords, so that definitely tracks well with what I said about you might be seeing things more clearly. The Ace of Swords, that is Archangel Michael's sword of truth and justice, so things might have become very clear to you. This can also be a card of reconciliation, although I'm not necessarily getting that. I'm seeing that and feeling from this card that you are seeing things in a new light. And some of you maybe have some activation of intuition and empathy. Particularly look at where your Venus placement is. I think a lot of you, my Venus is Aries, so over the Aries period, my Venus was heavily I was very, very loving. My cup of love was overflowing. So just think about your placements as we move into Taurus and how that might affect you. You have the World card in your home environment, and I really get that you look at the night sky in this picture, right? The night sky in this picture. This is the Welcome to Night Vale deck, which is one of my favorite decks. And looking at the cosmos here, I think you've been in kind of a dreamy state. And you know, maybe you have been looking up at the sky a lot and feeling a sense of power from the moon and the stars, or a sense of contentment or peace. And so that's what I'm really getting from your home environment with the World card. In your near future, you have the King of Cups. Now, this could very well be you, with this is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces card, okay? And if you look really closely at this card, you can see that there's a constellation there, right? And you see this person pointing up at the night sky, and I get that same sense of dreaminess with love. So I think that there's been a very romantic, dreamy time period for you, Pisces. Whether you're in a relationship or not, this could be directed towards yourself, where you're feeling dreamy, nostalgic, romantic, maybe being more loving towards yourself and those around you. In the near future, connecting to outcome placement is the Six of Swords, which could very well be that feeling of you moving into calmer waters. Okay, this is about movement. It can also be a spiritual journey, and for some of you it very well might be. But I just get this sense of a lot of peace and calm coming to you, Pisces. And again, I'm going to clarify these cards. I'm really feeling my Jane Austen deck, so I probably will use that one. We'll see when I pick it up. But Nine of Wands. So there's been a lot of things in your past that have been affecting you. Remember I said that you may have felt nostalgic and dreamy? You've been thinking about some things in your past, maybe that were previously hurtful to you. This often is called the Wounded Warrior card, but it's like you're learning from those past lessons. You're putting up appropriate boundaries with people, and you're standing your ground and taking up for yourself in different ways. So let's clarify. This is also, I feel like this is a bridge to something else for you, and I'm going to clarify that, but let me look at my Jane Austen deck and see if that's, yeah, I mean, so Four of Swords and the Death card and the Nine of Cups at the bottom with the Chariot. I definitely think this is the deck that we're going to use, because I feel transformation in you, Pisces, like deep soul healing. It's actually a very pleasant feeling that I'm getting from the cards, like this dreamy nostalgia, thinking I'm not going to allow myself to go backwards and be in pain. I'm going to move forwards towards a greater contentment. So that's what I'm feeling. Let's clarify. We'll start with clarifying the Eight of Swords. And I did pre-shuffle, which is why I really wanted to look at the bottom of the decks before I chose one. But I was feeling the Jane Austen deck, and I haven't used it a lot lately, so I thought I'd break it out and see what we get here. And at the bottom, the Emperor, the Sun, Two of Pentacles, yeah, really creating a sense of personal power and balance. And the Sun, you know, it's the happiest card in the deck right there, but I really just get a sense of contentment. And again, that's the Nine of Wands, which is in your outcome. Yeah. So let's clarify. So Knight of Swords, which is movement forward out of that chaos, right? Knight of Wands. Some of you may have children. Nine of Swords. So some of you have been worried a little bit about your children and what might be happening for them in the near future. Maybe they're moving on in life. Two knights together often represents messages and movement forward as well. So you're moving out of this Eight and Nine of Swords. It went from chaos to worry and anxiety to this feeling of fulfillment and contentment that's coming out in the near future and the outcome. At the bottom, you have Ten of Wands and Four of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. So it's like you're not really sharing those burdens and obligations with others, but you've kept them close, but now you're starting to open up and really share your fears with others. I'm going to grab my coffee really quick. because I am still healing from my cold. I do need to have something to drink near me. And it's late where I live, and yes, I drink coffee at night. It's my comfort. Sometimes tea, but I do drink coffee a lot at night. So let's clarify this home environment with the world. Why do we have the world here? Just get this beautiful sense of feeling like you can have it all. Like you can have it all. With or without another person, you've experienced some great feeling of independence, I feel like, where you've worked on attachments with others and let go of some negative feelings from your past, and it's created a sense of completion for you. Six of Pentacles, a very, this is the card of benevolence, right? This is the card of sharing. And so remember I said you're starting to open up and communicate. That's why you're feeling this sense of joy, is this openness that you're experiencing. So Ace of Swords, again, home spot, and right here in this recent past or current. Ace of Swords, again, that's Archangel Michael's sword of truth and justice. So you're speaking your truth. That throat chakra is open, and you're experiencing a level of honesty with yourself that you haven't experienced before. Six of Wands, you had a great moment of victory, but it was rough. It's the Tower and Six of Wands. But you maybe even got some recognition through your job and at home. It's like, I tell people, oh, and with the Star, definitely. You got recognized for something. That could be as simple as one of your children coming to you and saying you are the best mom in the world, or you're the best dad in the world, or in whatever caregiver position you might be, you receive some recognition from that. Or it's recognition for a job well done in whatever your chosen career is. You've been recognized publicly in some way. I say publicly, but I do get a sense that some of you are caregivers or parents in some way, and so somebody that isn't in your home spot has recognized you for all the hard work you do, which is beautiful. The Star being attached to Aquarius, right? So at the bottom of the deck, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords. So the truth, I just get absolutely with the devil right there too. The truth really set you free. I know that's such a cliche statement, but it was hard. Lots of tears, lots of emotion. But some cutting off of misery from the past has truly set you free to move towards the world, having the world, and a deeper sense of love and self-fulfillment. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords, which is right here in your recent past or current position. So some of you, you're all on different timelines, and this is a general reading. I'm not going to take those. I'm going to keep shuffling. And so for some of you, this may or may not have happened yet, this Tower moment, but I feel like for a lot of you, it really has. I feel like it probably happened over the last 6 weeks, or some of you might be currently experiencing a sudden reprieve because this Tower moment is ending and you're suddenly feeling a lot better. Divine timing, these things, I tell people, they're like, some people, why does this happen to me? And they feel like maybe the universe is targeting them. And I'm going to say this. The universe is very busy. So, not that you aren't special, but the universe is very busy and doesn't target one person. But karma can come around, and a lot of times it is about divine timing, which the Seven of Pentacles is. This is also about rewards after hard work. And the Tower, and when we begin to speak our truth and see the truth, we begin to have a deeper sense of knowing, of ourselves and of the world around us, and our part in that. And that is this place that you find yourself in, Pisces. You also have the Queen of Cups, which you have the King of Cups over here, and the Queen of Cups, that's a divine partnership, right? But this is also the High Priestess card in this deck. And so hidden things came to light, things about yourself. You discovered some things about yourself, some darkness maybe, that you have resolved and understood about how you may have been holding yourself back with that suffering. Let's get one more card to clarify why the... Ooh, we got a few. I really only want one. Thank you, Spirit. So let's get one more card to clarify the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess card here. One more card, Spirit. Please and thank you. Spirit's like, well, you're going to have to shuffle for that one. All right, we'll shuffle for that one. Keep getting a book of cards. We just want one. Sometimes we get a book if we can't get the one that we need, right? I really feel like it's about, I said I was going to say communication. Did you hear that? And the Eight of Wands came out, and the Eight of Wands is very much about communication. There's the Emperor again. So it's you having the strength to communicate your truth, not just to others, but to yourself. And talk about your wants and needs, not just to others, but to yourself. And I think that that's very, very important. I'm going to leave the Eight of Wands there. Those two belong. There's the King of Cups again on the bottom of the deck. And the Joker, which is the Fool in this deck, and that's about a leap of faith, which I believe you took. I believe that's why you have these things coming up in your near future. Let's clarify the King of Cups. I'm telling you, doing your reading, Pisces, is really like giving me a sense of balance. A lot of you are just feeling very balanced, and the Fool card tried to come out again. Clarifying the King of Cups. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels for your guidance. We truly appreciate it. Justice. That's a Libra card on top of the King of Cups. And so, again, what did I just say? I just said I get this sense of balance and peace and calm from this reading. Like you're really moving into this space of true contentment and realization that a lot of times you were your own worst enemy by staying too much in that chaotic place in your head. And again, King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let's clarify the Justice card. So, I know those were not right. Let's do that again. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. Can we please clarify the Justice card for Pisces? Okay, so Seven of Wands. And Seven of Wands, I think, is I'm just getting a sense of you placed some boundaries where they needed to be placed with certain people, and that allowed balance for you. And some of that is some past negative attachments that you just said, no more. I'm not going to allow that. Judgment at the bottom. So definitely feel like you've walked away from some friendships, some family. Ace of Wands, that's in the Strength card in this deck. You've really pulled on your personal power. Right here, the Emperor, right? That's about personal power. Let's get one more card to clarify that Seven of Wands. You know, that's also the Ace of Swords of the Justice card in this deck. It's the Eight of Swords, and that's like you stopped that chaos. You stopped that by placing boundaries down and saying, I'm not going to allow that chaos in my life anymore through whoever was causing that. Whew, okay. Well, that one flew. Oh, both of those flipped. So yeah, it's like you got out of your head and stopped allowing certain people to come towards you. With this is the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. That's how they fell. And it's like you had an open wound and you just stopped the flow. You got out of your head about certain issues and placed some boundaries that really needed to be placed for a long time for some of you. A very long time for some of you. Let's clarify this Six of Swords. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors, for your guidance. We truly appreciate it. Can you clarify Six of Swords for Pisces, please? So, Four of Swords, this was at the bottom of the deck when I picked it up. It's the Death card, so it's attributed to Scorpio, but also the Four of Swords is about healing. Six of Swords, Four of Swords, moving into calmer waters, soul healing, deep healing, right? Judgment, which was at the bottom of the deck before, and it's also the Ten of Swords. You ended that hemorrhaging, that pain, that suffering. You stopped that through lots of soul healing work. You really focused on yourself. There's the Sun card again, and the Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles. You just really created, you looked at your priorities and your goals and your values and created a stability for yourself. You know, Nine of Wands, also the Sun card in this deck, because you realized that you wanted true contentment and fulfillment, and that there is not a person on this planet that can give us that. We have to create it within ourselves, and then we can bring a partner or partners into our life to help enhance that. But there is not a person that can make us happy. It's not a magic wand. It is truly a power within ourselves. And I really feel, Pisces, that you have found that magic within yourself. So yeah, broken in attachment with the Devil there, and that's a Five of Wands. So you stopped a conflict, you stopped that hemorrhaging, right? You stopped that wound from flowing. The World at the bottom, which is also the Ace of Pentacles in this deck. Some of you may have stepped into spiritual gifts, definitely. When we have a Tower moment and we maybe go through what they may call like the ego death, the death of the ego, or the dark night of the soul, we step into spiritual gifts. Things that were hidden came into the light. Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. Eight of Cups to Nine of Cups. You walked from your Eight of Cups to your Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Definitely some of you may have received some spiritual gifts very recently. And if you are feeling that, I say find someone you can trust to talk to about it, because it can feel really overwhelming when that happens. So let's clarify this Nine of Wands and the outcome for you, Pisces. I do apologize that you all had to wait so long for your reading. I just was not feeling well enough to read it and didn't want to give you a subpar reading. So let's clarify this Nine of Wands for you. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands for Pisces, please. Now, the Queen of Pentacles has wanted to come out, but I'm not convinced. Let me shuffle a little bit. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. We truly appreciate your divine guidance. Yeah, I really feel like you did have a broken heart for many reasons, and it was a long time coming that you would heal from that and release a lot of that negativity. Some things we always carry with us, right? And the Three of Swords often talks about how it leaves scars on our heart. I'm tapping my heart. I know you can't see that, but you can probably hear my beads. A lot of times that leaves scars on our heart, and so it's not that we get rid of the grief or we let go completely. It's that we grow around that, and we become more knowing. We know and understand more about ourselves and the world around us, and that's with the Four of Wands there. That's about completion. That's the 1111 card, right? So definitely some of you have spirit guides, angels, and ancestors around you. The Chariot. Now this is the Seven of Swords in this deck as well, but I'm not getting the Seven of Swords from this card. I'm getting just the Chariot. Swift movement forward now, that you after you go through this Tower moment and this deep releasing. I mean, it might be some ugly crying in the middle of the night kind of thing. Definitely has been for me in the past. Four of Hearts or Cups in this deck. That's also in the Rider-Waite deck. and in a lot of more traditional decks, you see this hand from heaven reaching this cup out, and that is about receiving something from the heavens. And so some of you definitely are moving towards receiving spiritual gifts. 2 4s together can indicate that things have or were in a stalemate, but now they are moving swiftly forward with the Chariot there, and at the bottom, the Magician. So you've been manifesting. Okay, it's also a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius card with the King of Wands there, and there's that 3 of Swords. Remember, I was talking about how you have these scars, these things that have happened, but you have been manifesting your own healing by actively working on healing and moving forward. And the King of Cups underneath that, which you also have right there. So you have created a deep love for yourself and those around you. And there again is that 9 of Wands and the Sun card right there. Again, over and over, you've gotten that Sun card wanting to show itself. So that's really beautiful. I'm going to clarify with my personal tarot deck and see what we get here for you, Pisces. So I'll put some on the top row, which is kind of your home environment and energies around you. The middle, which is kind of the change and transformation, and then your outcome, okay? So let's see what's in your home environment and those around you, the environment around you. That could include work, lots of places or people that you're around, okay? Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Okay, so what did I say? Your throat chakra is open. Throat chakra right there. You've been speaking your truth, definitely. Don't stop believing. And then remember, that's the song by Journey, and that's significant on this card about the journey, movement. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Opal, which is Libra energy, but this is about happiness, loyalty, confidence, right? Good luck, synchronicity, balance. Careful, not too much people pleasing, okay? There was someone, this is you. You felt like this. I'm not enough for you. I can never give you what you need. But you can. You're moving beyond that. You know that you are everything that you need. You are enough. You're learning that. That's definitely your energy. Some of you have Libra placement with this. You might look, if you haven't done your birth chart, you might look and see where your Libra placements are, if you have those. Moldavite. Hey, look. Moldavite right there, okay? That's the Tower card in my deck, and it's right on top of where the Tower card fell. But this is about ascension, incredible, massive change. It's a life-giving force. It's meteor energy, right? Moldavite is formed when a meteor hits the Earth and tektites. A tektite is formed. It's a rock, okay? It's a glass rock that's formed. And usually a bottle green kind of color like you see there, that green. And it's about fortune. Consider how far Moldavite travels, right? From outer space to, the Earth. Because what happens is when the meteor hits the Earth with enough force, it pushes this mineral out into the atmosphere, and then it comes back down to Earth. And that actually happened 14 million years ago or something crazy. I don't know how many millions of years, but I know it was a long time ago. And but Moldavite is very, very strong, which is why I consider it the Tower card in my deck. So when you think about ascension, it's highly spiritual and energetic, and it's about this amazing transformation that occurs within us, much like the Tower card represents. So it's not negative, okay? The Tower might feel negative when it's happening because it's highly emotional, highly turbulent, but the other side of it is very peaceful and balanced, and that's where you're headed to. So let's get just a couple more cards for the home environment. So we got eternity, boundless, never-ending. The endless nature of energy cannot be created or destroyed. Think about that, and think about your own body. You are made of celestial material, and so you have always been and always will be, right? Pieces of you, that is. So think about that. And think about, you are not just a tiny speck in the universe, you are also a part of the larger universe. And that kind of helps us to put things into perspective sometimes. We are insignificant, yet we are significant, right? So let's clarify this middle part, the change, if you will. What has the change provided? The Moldavite or the Tower. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. So sacral chakra, what did I say? Personal power. That's what the sacral chakra is. It is creative expression, emotions, rigidity. Can it be about sexuality? So sacral chakra. So it is about intimacy. And so if you've been feeling low energy, you might do some sacral chakra work. If you've been feeling too rigid about things, but I really feel like you've released a lot of anger and fear. I really feel like that's what it's saying. So you might be feeling very creative right now. Hello from the other side. So definitely some of you are getting downloads. Your intuition is very strong. It also means that it's time to move forward. And that there might be someone from your past that has a message for you. I love you unconditionally. For some of you, that's someone from the other side telling you, I'll always be there with you and I love you unconditionally. There's nothing you could ever do that would make me not love you. So if there's someone that pops into your mind, listen to your intuition. Citrine, Sagittarius energy. This is the Sun card, definitely, right here, okay? It's illumination. And because some of you are definitely stepping into that. And it's also about contentment and peace, and it's restorative, and it embodies sunshine. Root chakra. Some of you have been working on your foundation and grounding yourself. But also, I get that some of you have been working on creating a stability for yourself, financially and emotionally. So let's get a couple of more cards there. Ooh, that one flew out. I like me better when I'm with you. Falling in love. So some of you definitely, I had that King and Queen of Cups show up, which is a divine partnership. Might be an Aries for some of you, but some of you might be Pisces, Aries, cusp. So that's the diamond. So relationships filled with love, faithfulness. It's about purity and innocence, manifesting, which some of you definitely are with that Magician card showing up. Yeah, some of you definitely. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you have Libra in your chart for sure. But also, you might have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries around you. Sagittarius as well showed up. And Scorpio did show up with the Death card there. And let's clarify this outcome for you too. Lots of changes for you, Pisces, that are all very, very good. Balancing of emotions and finances, and your grounding in your own foundation. It's really quite lovely. Okay, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So there's something that you might need to take a chance on, but you definitely did break the shackles. This is coming from the Devil card here and the Chariot card in your outcome. Amethyst, which is Aquarius energy. So a relief from stress and anxiety, purification, connection to spirit, an understanding. Wink, wink. Okay, some of you that are stepping into spiritual gifts, you know what that means. Heart chakra, associated with the color green. Compassion. That's really what I'm getting from that card. Some of you have embraced compassion and empathy. 46 and 2 by Tool. This is the Personal Evolution Revolution card. This is about stepping into your personal power. Some of you have done some deep, dark work, okay? You dug down deep and transformed. Step into the shadow, coming out the other side. 46 and 2 are just ahead of me, right? Jungian theory is what that song is based on. And so what is ahead of you, right? And that is in your future position. Bang your head quiet, right? You're doing something different. This is past for you. You've just decided to let go of things that were frustrating you, that were outdated methods, that weren't getting you anywhere. Sometimes we can be driven to madness doing that, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So You're not doing that anymore. I'm going to clarify on that Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot. I want another card for that, please. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Let's clarify that card for Pisces, please. Oh, okay. So old secrets come out. You let go of shame, fear, and regret. This is the We Don't Talk About Bruno by the Encanto cast, and it's about family secrets. It's about hidden magic. It's about shame, fear, and regret, right? So you released a lot of things. Cancer energy with Moonstone. So intuition. This is about divine feminine, balancing of emotions, restoration, motherly protection, new beginnings, and inner wisdom. So that's what you're doing different, is you're listening to your intuition. You're following your guides and that inner sense of knowing that you have within yourself, Pisces. So let's clear these out of the way and get some of my personal oracle, some advice from our spirit guides, ancestors, and angels, who know way more than any of us human beings do. Getting a field and a fence. It's like a old fence, like the made out of wood that like crisscrosses in my scrying bowl. And a field, it's like a field that you would have cows or horse on, but it looks more like a horse ranch field is what I'm getting in the scrying bowl. It may not be your fault what happened, but it is your responsibility to heal. I truly think that you are in that place right now, Pisces. You are taking that responsibility on and healing. Some of you might be going to therapy. You know, if you've watched me before, that I am a therapist, so I highly encourage therapy if you need to heal. 4444, good times coming, change in income, and I definitely saw that in your read. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Remember I said some of you need to take a leap of faith, or have taken a leap of faith and broken some shackles? You're not doubting yourself any longer, and you are doing that. Celebrate your feminine. Yeah. Divine feminine is what that's talking about. So that Empress energy, and that can be any one of you, regardless of gender. We all of us have divine feminine, divine masculine energies within us, and some of them are balanced, and sometimes our feminine will be more forward, and sometimes our masculine will be more forward. Really doesn't matter what your gender is. We all have that spectrum inside of us. Sometimes you make the right decision, sometimes you make the decision right. Beware, for I am fearless and therefore powerful. You're definitely stepping into a fearless place where you trust yourself so much more, and when we do that, we do become so much more powerful. By releasing control, we therefore then have more control. A lot of times when we have chaos inside, we create chaos outside because we can't control that within us. And when we learn to let go of that control, that is when we actually gain it. I know that seems so counterintuitive, but it's true. 666, I know people freak out about that, but it really is about alter focus, ground yourself, growth and development, and that's really where you're at. So you might have been seeing a lot of 6s lately, and a lot of 4s right there at the bottom. The real universe is always one step beyond logic, right? Some of you have a deep understanding of the meaning of that, so I'm not going to expound upon that, because you know what I'm saying without me saying what that means. I really love that you are becoming fearless and you are celebrating who you are and you're seeing those changes manifest. That's really beautiful. I'm going to grab runes for you before I get the love notes. So 3 runes for... Oh yeah, you've had a real delay in things, haven't you? A real delay. I almost feel like these are backwards because I don't feel like you're delaying anymore. But I'll read them in the order that I placed them. With Fehu being first, which is... It literally translates to cattle, so it's about wealth and abundance. And so it literally is about prosperity coming to you. And remember, I did see that you had the 4444, which is change in income. Some of you very well might be doing that. Some of you might be getting some kind of prosperity coming to you. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to go win the lottery or anything, but something is coming to you of a gift. Some of you, it could be spiritual gifts as well. But it usually means that through hard work and diligence, you will win in some way. So this has been delayed because, you know, as I said, the time hasn't been right. And you did have divine timing in your read. And so maybe you've been thinking about something for a very, very long time. You have Lagos in reverse. So let's look at that one. And you may have felt misled by your intuition. And so almost underwater or blindfolded. And so I feel like lately things have been coming much more apparent to you, but it's been very delayed. And a lot of times that's our own, we get in our own way a lot, right? I definitely have, so I can relate to that. You may have felt somewhat betrayed by people in the past. I get a sense that some of you feel like people weren't there for you when you really needed them, and that you have learned that sometimes when you rely on the wrong people, they make you feel beholden. And so you're learning to rely on your intuition so much more. And with Isa, you know, that literally means ice. It's what it translates to. It's like you have felt like your prosperity has been delayed. And we are going to experience delays and frustrations in life. And those will continue to happen. But I do feel, Pisces, that you're going to have a different attitude about those delays and frustrations, and learn to lean on the right kind of people to help you with those things. But also that you have learned to trust your own self and the decisions that you make. And not in a hard-headed way, but in a much more loving and sincere way. So where it has maybe felt like the world was up against you, you're feeling like, I know how to go with the flow more. Not to force issues, but to learn how to work within teams and lean on the right kinds of people when you need to, right? Lots of lessons, right? Life is all about lessons. Every relationship, every job, every child, every single person we come across, and every single situation we come across is a lesson for us, and you have been learning those lessons. So I'm going to get some crazy sexy love notes for you, Pisces. These are really cute little messages of encouragement and advice. And I really like these. And the pictures on them are really adorable. So let's get some advice. Dance. Ooh, you need to shake your booty, Pisces. Kick up your cute heels and move your glorious body. Feel the music and let loose. Sweat your prayers and twirl to your intentions. Every cell in your body will rejoice. Exercise is as important to your well-being as healthy eating and processing your stress and emotions. You can shake a tail feather alone, with friends, or with a passionate partner. Dance your gorgeous heart out. Sometimes I have private dance sessions in my office when I'm alone in there, won't lie. You can burn like 400 calories dancing to Single Ladies by Beyonce. I'm just saying. It's very healthy. Although my husband did install a camera that goes down the hallway, and so now I have to be careful that he's not recording me dance. But, you know, whatever. If he's going to watch, he's going to watch. Confidence. I feel like a lot of you are stepping into this. I love the peacock picture. And it says, it takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere. And don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct. But you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. One of you, or some of you, I'm picking up, wants to start your own business. Some side hustle, business venture, but you're afraid to do it. This card is specifically speaking to you. I'm picking that up very strongly. For some of you, it's photography or art in some way, side hustle. Blues and greens might be a very significant color to you. That is speaking to you. Maybe even purple with that purple there, but very much these blues and greens in here. Risk it. I mean, come on, risk it. Look at that bird flying off of the, right? And it says, great things are born from those brave enough to fly, those who are willing to risk failure. Your dreams require action and you're ready to make a move. Remember, you have nothing to lose. Even if you flop, you'll receive valuable insight. So get off your butt and take a leap. Go for it. 2 cards in a row telling you to get off your butt and go for it. Tell the truth. And a lot of you are in this space right now. Some of you maybe are just coming to it. And this is, remember, you got that throat chakra. Speak your truth. Tell the truth. And it says, communicate with integrity. You may need to level with someone. This person could even be you. Are you saying you're fine when you don't mean it? Are you swallowing your needs because you don't want to rock the boat? When we hide the truth, it eventually comes out in destructive ways. Act with integrity and say what's on your mind. While honesty may lead to short-term discomfort, your long-term peace and happiness are worth it. Stop comparing. I really like this one. Apples don't compare themselves to oranges. Stars don't compete with other stars. They know there's room for all to shine in this ever-expanding universe. So embrace your differences, celebrate your quirks and kinks, bring your fullest expression of self forward, and champion others when they do the same. Stop comparing. Choose love. Highly important, you all. Choosing love. Choose love. And it says, if you're struggling with an obstacle or conflict, choose a path of love. Suffering, doubt, and frustration all transform in the presence of love. So show your love courageously. Show your love openly. Show your love with no strings attached. It's safe to give and receive love. In fact, if you have a hard time with self-love, start outside yourself and work your way in. Showing love to others can be a gateway for loving yourself. And this, somebody really needs to hear this. I just get the sense like you have no problem doing things for other people, but when it comes to you, you have difficulty receiving compliments. Compliments are a gift, so if you do not say thank you and receive that gift, you're actually being extremely disrespectful to the person giving it to you. And I had to hear that, and it was a rough thing for me to hear, but I stopped doing that, and I started accepting the gift and saying thank you when somebody tells me I'm beautiful or smart or good at something. I just started accepting the gifts. Those are gifts. So accept them because they mean something to the person giving them to you. So that is your read. Thank you for being patient with me, and I truly appreciate all of my subscribers and the likes and shares and sweet comments. I think you can tell by my voice I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm going to try to start the reads back more regularly. So thank you for sticking with me. I truly appreciate it. This is LadySkarlette. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.